Alright guys, let's get ready to do our 10-minute leg and butt workout. Meet me on the mat and we'll get started with our squats. So legs are hip width apart and we're just sitting back, squeezing the glutes as we come up. Remembering to make sure the knees do not come over the knees. Knees do not come over the toes rather. Great. Breathing in as we come down and exhale, squeeze up. You've got this. Great work. And then we're going to come into plank. Opposite knee goes to the opposite elbow. And we're just going to switch sides for about 20 times here. If you need to slow down, that's perfectly fine. Just go at your own pace. Right, and then we're going to go back to our squats. Squatting down. Great. Keep going. Remember, you can always slow this down if you need to. We're sitting back into a chair. Our heels are staying on the ground. Great. And then we're just going to go back into plank, knee to opposite elbows. Really getting that heart rate up. We're going to be burning lots of calories today. Great. Now we're going to do our deadlifts. So we'll start with the left leg straight, and then we're just going to bring that right leg straight out. If you can't touch the ground, no worries. Just come down as far as you can. If you need to have a slight bend in your standing leg, that's perfectly fine. And if you need to slow it down, you're welcome to slow it down. Great, then we'll just switch to the other side here. Great. If you lose your balance, that's fine. Just get back up and start where you left off. Great. Remembering to breathe. Awesome. Now we're going to come back into our plank. Knees touching opposite elbows. You've got this. Keep breathing. Make sure that core is engaged. And then we'll just stretch back into downward facing dog. Giving the hamstrings a nice release there. Now we're just going to do donkey kicks. So we're going to keep that knee in a 90-degree angle and we're going to kick the leg up. You don't need to go as high. It can be lower. What we're trying to do here is just engage the glutes and the hamstring. So just kick that leg up, right? And then we're just going to hold the leg up and just squeeze. Smaller pulses here. Awesome. And then we'll just stretch back into a child's pose before we switch to the other side. Left leg comes up. You can slow it down if you need to. Great. Engage that core. Breathing in and out. And then we're going to hold the leg up and pulse. Great, and then we'll stretch back into downward facing dog. Just reconnecting here. Take some nice deep breaths. And then we'll come back into tabletop, and we're going to take one leg, touch your toe to one side of the mat and the other, so it's kind of like a rainbow or an arc. So we're really focusing on the glutes here and the hamstrings. Remembering to breathe. Great. A couple more times, and then we'll just switch to the other side. Touch the toe down, other side. Really engaging the glutes here. Great. Just a few more times. Sit back into child's pose. And then we're going to go into our plank, knee touching opposite elbows. Great work, guys. Keep going. And then we'll stretch back into a down dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. Now we're going to come into laying on our backs on the mat here. And we're just going to do a bridge. So making sure that the low back is in a neutral position, so it's on the mat and our heels are really down into the mat. So we're not lifting our heels up at all, and we're just squeezing through the glutes as we lift up. And remembering to breathe through this. We're never holding our breath. Great. And then we'll just take a little break, knees to chest. Relaxing that low back for a moment. And the next thing I'm going to do is come onto a ledge here. Sometimes I like to use a ledge because it works a different parts of my glutes and inner thighs. So you're welcome to find a ledge or a chair or a couch, or you can just keep your feet on the ground. It's up to you. So again, we're just squeezing through the glutes here. We're working the inner thighs, lifting up. Great. Breathing. And then we'll come back down. Great. Next thing we're going to do is come onto our stomachs, and we're going to do a locust pose. So we're going to engage the upper body, lower body, lifting it up as high as we can. Glutes are engaged, upper back, low back is engaged. And then we'll go into swimming, pulling that navel into the spine. Swim, swim, swim. You've got this. Keep going and relax. And then we'll pull back into a child's pose. And then we're going to do a cool down just to help those muscles so we're not quite as sore. It's always important to stretch after we work our muscles. So we're going to do a seated forward fold. If you need to bend your knee slightly to accommodate, please do so. Or if you need to put a blanket under your hips, to help you get into this pose, go ahead and get that. We'll just allow you to get a better stretch in your hamstrings. Great, and then we're just going to lift that left leg over the right knee, getting into the piriformis a little bit more. We really worked those glutes, so it's important that we stretch those as well. So just breathing into this. You can put your hands under your knee to help with any hyperextension that you may have. Great, and then we'll just switch sides. Right knee goes over left. Breathing in and out. This is our cool down, time to reconnect with our bodies. Great, next we're going to go into a pigeon pose. So choose a side. Make sure that you're not favoring the left or the right side. You're down the middle. If you need to, you can sit on a block or a blanket to help you get into this pose. This is another great pose to help us really stretch that piriformis as well. And then we'll just switch to the other side. Great. Taking some breaths in and out. And whenever you're ready, you can meet me in the middle of your mat, cross-legged. And then we'll just breathe up, reaching the arms overhead, getting a nice stretch in that side. And then over to the other side. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.